Hi everyone. I wanted to use the Lift Me Up bundle for today's card. So I've got the Lift Me Up, I've got the Up and Away thinlits, and I've also got a embossing folder called Arrows, which was in the clearance rack on Stampin' Up. So, and yes, pyjamas as always. And I'm going to attempt something, so hopefully it will work. Fingers crossed. I've also got Bermuda Bay and Mint Macaron, and a colour, what's the word, like a colour combination that I found online. So I've got a base card which is 8.5 by 5.5, which is in crushed curry. I've got Whisper White, which is 4 by 5.25. I've got a scrap piece of crushed curry and one of the dies. I've got the 2 cloud dies and another piece of white, Mint Macaron, Bermuda Bay and Watermelon Wonder. So, and I also have my phone. I also have Basic Black. So I'm going to do all the die cutting and embossing first, and then that way we should be good to go, I think. So let me just make some space. Hopefully you can see. Oh yeah, you can. So I've got, get the hair off, I've got platform 2, and I've also got my precision base plate on the bottom, just because one of the dies is very detailed. I probably won't need that to start with, to be honest, but I'll grab both. Let's do the detailed one while I'm here, and then I'll do the rest of them together. So if I angle this, so this is the like detailed air balloon, and that is my dog in the background. You're not going out, dude. Oh, it's already coming out. Oh, it came out really nicely. Just get the bits out later. And I will use my doodad just to get all the pieces out, all the bits out. Now, like I say, I don't think we need these for the others because they're not detailed dies. So I'm just going to put a very used plate in. I'm going, oh, helps if I put the dies right there. Blue, stop huffing, love. This one should fit. It will all make sense, by the way, when I've actually got it cut. Just getting all of this on here. I've got that piece, and Bermuda Bay pieces. Where am I putting these? Got that one, which I can't see too well. I've got the little, it looks like nothing, but it's something. If that made any sense. This little guy. This one, that's just the die from the other one. So we keep all those pieces together, and then what I'm going to do Normally I would stamp these. There are stamps that coordinate with this, and normally with these clouds, and what I would normally do is stamp them first and then die cut them because it's easier to line up. But seeing as I'm doing all this right now, I'm just going to die cut them and then wing it. I can always use my Stampin' Majig, or if you've got like a Misty tool or a what's the other one? It's my little cloud. What's the other one called? Is it Hampton Art? That's the one, I think. Oh, that teeny tiny little cloud. Where did I put that one? Right. Now the last thing I want to do on here is I want to do some embossing. So, dismantling. Blue, what's the ish, love? What's wrong? Doesn't like the door closed. Right, so I've got my arrows embossing folder. I've got my Whisper White. Now I don't want to emboss the entire thing because I want to be able to stamp on the bottom. Let me just grab this. Oh, just grab the stamp that I want to use. And just make sure I've got enough space for it. Oh, perfect. So we want it about there. Blue. Shush. Sorry if you can hear that. Be my little whinge bag. Oh puppy, all I'm doing is lining it up as straight as I can get it. Wedge it between the two. Yeah, I'm on the right one. Oh no. And just roll it through. And with embossing folders it will feel like it's done nothing, but it has. It's not straight, but whatever. Look at that. Isn't that cool? Now where there's a line here, you could, and I may do it, I may just grab a piece of ribbon or something, just to sort of, or tape. I could use washi tape, just to hide that sort of line, but you don't have to. So, let me get this out of the way. Real quick. So now, I'm going to start with that. That's the base. Where's my stamp gone? Oh, here. Blue shush, love. Yeah, you're making a racket. You're not really, but you know. I've got my stamp on there. I'm going to use my Stampin' Majig just to make sure I've got it straight-ish. So I can get it. And I thought what I would do is I'd do this in Bermuda Bay. Just make sure I've got it right way up here. So with a Stampin' Majig, what you want to do is you want to ink up your stamp, pop your plastic doobry into the corner of the Stampin' Majig, line up your block in the corner and stamp it, just so that you know this is like your template to know where to stamp on here. Then you can line it up on here. Blue. Give it a rest, love. Oh. Somewhat straight, then you line it back up with the little, I've moved that. Apologies if you can, oh, I keep moving this. Apologies if you can hear my dog. He's having a little whinge. That'll do. Then you're going to remove the plastic bit and then re-ink your stamp. Make sure it's the right way up. And stamp it. And it should be somewhat straight. That's pretty good. Right, we'll go with that. Move that out of the way, otherwise knowing me I'll put my hand in here or something. So that's the Bermuda Bay ink done. And then for the, let's just put that to one side for a second. Then I want to work on these clouds. And I'm going to use mint macaron for these. It'll help if I have the actual cloud. Le Stamps. Yeah, I'm going to use my Stampin' Majig, I think, for these as well. I think, anyway. They're such small little... Or could I wonder if I could... No. Don't know that... Oh no, I can't use it, can I? We're just going to wing it, guys. Hope for the best. Fingers crossed. Somewhat line it up. It's not too bad. I got this the right way around. Apologies if my head gets in the way. Ah, that's fine. So that's what I say, it's better, it's easier to stamp it first and then die cut it, because you can line up the dies, you know, exactly where you want them. So they're a little bit off, not too bad. We'll go with that. Alright, so I need to get all these little doohicks out here. So I'm going to use the brush roller thing, and it will just help to press them all out. If there are some stubborn ones, just take a pokey thingy, just don't poke yourself. As I have done that, and I actually stabbed it right in my finger. There you go. Super quick. Mess everywhere. Wouldn't be crafting if there wasn't a mess, would it? So now I'm going to bring these little pieces in, and this is where I don't know. Ooh, I've got it now. You see where I'm going with this? We're going to layer up all these pieces so that, just trying to think of an easy way to do this, so that they will just line up at the back of this. So I think what I might do is I might line them up backwards. Just bear with me on this. Ooh, like so, and put some tape on the back. Just regular tape. Tape. Just line it up as close as I can. So sorry, my dog's still whinging in the background. Little whinge bag. He's lovely though. It's funny, the older he's got, the more whingy he's got. It's kind of weird. Right, so I've taped them on the back, so at least it's sort of like having one piece. This guy will just have to, we'll work him out in a minute. So I'm hoping that if I put some adhesive on the back there, that they should line up. Look at that. Isn't that cool? I feel like there's a piece, oh no, there wouldn't be a piece there. No. So it's going to be an easy way to do this. Right. If you've got like a dot adhesive, or just liquid glue, probably would work better than this. Oh, I've got this stuck to my thing again. So we're just going to line it up. Like so. Dot adhesive just won't stick to where you don't want it to stick, basically. So like here, I'm going to have to try and get that off. But what I'll do is I'll just go through with an adhesive remover, just this thing, and I'll just go around and get all this sticky off here. So that's quite easy, and it comes off pretty easy as well. So I'll do that and I'll come back in a second. Right, so I've got the majority of the sticky off that. So for this piece here, I'm going to use some of the, I've got a fine tip applicator on here. I can just get into it. And I'm just going to very carefully put some adhesive there, and then just line this up on the back so that it's in there. There's a block. Close this up. Oh. It will let me. Oh, there we go. Well, I was having issues there. Right, so there's the little air balloon. Isn't that cool? That is such a cool idea. Yeah, dot adhesive or liquid adhesive would be easier, but that taping them together works quite well. So anyway, I think we're ready to put the card together. I think. Oh, tape everywhere now. So all I'm going to do is take my cardstock. This is 8.5 by 4 and no 8.5 by 5.5. I'm going to score it at 4 1/4. That's my base. And then I'm going to have this on here. Just a bit aside, that side. Yeah. Do I want some tape? Because I'm going to put this guy sort of like that. My little clouds. Come back. Actually, I like him straight. I was going to do it at like weird angle, but I think I like it straight like that. I'm going to get a piece of tape for there. Right, so I'm going to use some sparkle tape. It's just like a sparkly washi tape. I think this was last year's tape or something. I just thought the white would just bring out this sort of what I imagine clouds and, you know, sparkly stuff in the sky. Because, you know, I'm like 5 in my head. And what I'm also doing is I'm putting, I'll show you what I mean in a second. Just somewhat line this up. What I've also done is I am, So you've got this lovely, hopefully you can see a bit of sparkle. I also made sure that where I put the tape was going to line up with, sorry, have the same distance and above the sentiment and below the sentiment. Sparkly. We like sparkle. Right. So I think I'm going to build this up this way. I'm just going to get some adhesive on here. Oh, what's going on with my tape? Honestly. Lots and lots of adhesive. Right, my little trick is to open your card and turn it upside down, and then that way you can line up the outer edge rather than trying to line it up with the score line, because sometimes I find that the score line isn't always like where your eye might see that it is, it's not. I know that doesn't make any sense. So in other words, if you try and line it up on this score line here, or even if you open it, this is kind of bumpy. Even though we scored it, it's kind of bumpy. So you might line it up, try and line it up in the middle of that, or on the edge, or something like that. I don't know. It just never works for me. So it's just a tip. Oh, I have to clean my desk. Clean my desk. Right, these I'm going to do flat. Just going to have one about there. One about there. And this I'm going to put on some tape. Is it big enough? Let's just use dimensionals. Dimensionals. See if I can get one in there. Oh, look at that. Perfect. So not a super difficult card to make at all, but a little bit sort of like there's a couple of things you've got to do. Before you actually, you know, put everything together. Oh, sort this desk out. So you could leave it like that. What should I do? I wanted to add some sparkle. Seeing as we've got a bit of bling down here, well, not bling, but you know, sparkle. I'm going to use a sparkle pen and really quickly just go over the clouds. Bear in mind that if you sit too long on this, it might start to blend because it's a they are water-based inks. I'm hoping you can see a bit of bling. I can't actually see what you guys can see. What else? I think we'll leave it there. Yeah, I think we'll leave it there. Right, so there you go guys. I hope you've enjoyed. I hope you liked the tutorial, and I'll be back with one of the other products that I recently purchased, and we'll explore that. See you later guys. Bye.